Howdy folks, TechTexN here, bringing you Life is Feudal, bringing you a new update in our progress. We have a lot more people now, and you know what, we could always use a lot more because there's a lot of work to do. And in fact, we have more than one town now. We have a couple more towns on the island that we now have going. I know one of them for sure is over here by the lake. I have not visited the other one. I want to say it's somewhere else in the forest. I want to say it's somewhere over here, but I'm not 100% sure. But anyways, let's go ahead and see the progress of the one that we are in. Now, as you know, you've already seen the previous progress, so I'm not going to go through too much. But we have added a little more addition over here next to the orchard. We have a few more coops going, so we have rabbits and chickens, so we get plenty of eggs and everything else. The exploit we once had with the dead animals reappearing the contents every time the server was reset no longer works, so these are just dead carcasses and nothing more. However, we did find another exploit where you can add a lot of inventory to these things and carrying them over a distance. So if I wanted to put a ton of clay in one of these and carry it, we can. So a small exploit, but you know, if you want to carry it a short distance, it could be helpful. And of course, here's our farm. A lot of people and working hard on this farm, mainly getting flax, because the flax stems is what you got to use for rope. And there's a lot of items, a lot of buildings and things that need rope. Rope is vital. It is also vital for weapons and things of that nature. So you want to make sure if you're playing this game, you want to get in a town that grows a lot of flax stems, because that is important. Alright, and you've already seen the orchard. Now here we have, we have stables. Of course, there's no horses yet, and a barn for cows and such. So, yeah, you can hear cows. They have the sound effects playing, but they don't yet have cows implemented in the game. Eventually they will, but for now we're pretty limited on the different types of animals that we have. We still have not constructed the windmill. We've been more on other bigger ambitious projects. However, someone did finally finish this house right here. It is owned by Thomas right now. I guess he decided to do a little claim on that, but I cannot open it to show you inside. But yeah, I mean, as you can see probably through the window, let me go to first person view here, run over to the side window, and you'll see there's not much to it. I mean, it's empty with some rooms, but it still looks nice regardless. And eventually you can move furniture in there if you want to build. And they also extended the road out that way. You notice it's going into the forest. That's because we're going to do a little more traveling. I know that Monte, I think he built another hut way over there on the shore, but that was actually a while back. But yes, he does have it. You've already seen the village we have. We're still working hard out of here. We are still gathering herbs because, my goodness, we've needed lots of flux for our bigger projects, which I'll show you in a moment. Now you see that we have the loom going, the spinning wheel here, where we can make our rope and, you know, other fabrics and things of that nature. You can help make armor. Very useful. We also have a lot more lampposts, which is making the place look a lot nicer at night. And here we have Jahan, who's... Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's Jahan's wife. Yes. She is probably going to smack me with the pickaxe. Okay. But yeah, we have a lot more lampposts now, which helps to brighten the mood at nighttime, and you can see what you're doing, at least in town. But they are nice to have. They look really good. And of course, we have our kitchen area. I believe I showed you that last time. But now let's get to where the big progress is. We have our first stone gate here. And boom, look at all this. We have made tons of progress. And yes, that is a small keep up there. We'll get to that in a moment. First of all, the mine has been still expanded. We had some miners come down here and get us a lot of copper. They've done a great job. It's so much better having all this help and everybody's working together, making this town the way it is. And I'm out of stamina already. We still have more copper to mine, but yes, look at this. Oh my goodness, they have carved out a ton under here. So, yeah, we still have some more copper, but notice we are starting to run a little bit out. I mean, we could try to get above and get these blocks up here, but we'll have to tunnel that from a different direction because you can't exactly tunnel up. And one thing that we found, that any bags that end up in the water, you will not be able to get the bag itself. Whatever's there is trapped there forever. But it's probably just a couple pickaxes, maybe some resources, nothing major. So hopefully you won't die in that spot and drop a loot bag. Heading on up out of the mine. And I believe I showed you in the last video the blacksmith. Uh-oh, ran out of stamina. Oh no! Okay, there we go. So yes, we do have a blacksmith shop. Now, one of the things that we found about the blacksmith shop is that even though you can't fit as much in the furnace, what is nice about the blacksmith shop is that you can build higher quality weapons. So there is an advantage to having the blacksmith shop, and that is higher quality weapons. We've also increased our storage. We're getting tired of the bags, so we started building some of these chests, which actually has an okay amount. It only holds 100, but when it comes to these sacks, you can hold 10,000. So obviously we're going to be using the sacks more. But yeah, we've been making a lot. Now I haven't done as much blacksmithing as anyone else. But yeah, Jahan and Monte, they have been doing a whole lot of blacksmithing, making weapons, armor, and tools. And this is our big pile of copper that some people have been pulling out of the mine. And then, of course, we got our bloomery here. We've got 2 more bloomeries. We've been melting a lot of metal. We've been doing a lot of work. We have a training dummy and more copper. we have a lot. Or is this iron? I might be getting that mixed up. That could be iron. 2 kilns, and as you can see, we've been building these stone walls like crazy. However, that's only the beginning. Those stone walls, if I'm not mistaken, do not require mortar, which requires flux, and that's when it'll get more difficult in a moment. Now, this place, this is the trading post, which you can't really do anything with at the moment, but I'm hoping eventually we'll be able to do a whole lot with it. But it looks really nice. I'm looking forward to seeing more with that. The well, of course, you can get water as needed. Now, I'm not going to water with that, but that does provide water. And there's King Monte with a little bit of the royal armor on. That's the royal scale armor. He, well, I guess you could say he is royalty around here. All right. Now, this is one item that we've really enjoyed, and that's the warehouse. The warehouse is capable of holding some of the the items that require shovels. So you can hold clay, copper, dirt, and things like that in the warehouse, and it holds 600. So we are loving the warehouse. You can put anything you want in it. Just a slight limit on the weight, which is okay. It's good to put all the tools in, things of that nature. So all the building materials that you need, at least all the spare stuff. And of course, I got a small plaster house. I'm not sure who claimed it, but if I'm not mistaken, this is Jahan's house. Looks pretty nice. It's gonna need some furniture. And of course, these added wattle fences are nice, so people don't just fall off the edge there. But it also helped a lot of people level up their construction abilities. So it's a good idea to plan where you're going to put all these wattle fences so people of your town can level up. And oh my goodness! And looky over here, we have another warehouse, but we also got a lot of these logs in this area. Now, Lord Show has come up with a lovely little exploit that we like, and that is getting a log over a wall. Now, I don't know if you could do it with the stone wall, and maybe he did here, but if you do it just right at certain parts of the wooden wall, you can actually drop a log on the other side of the wall, so you don't have to walk all the way around. So you might want to test the waters on that one. Alright, let's get to some of the good stuff. Now over here we have a school. Now one would think, oh, school, how nice. You know, the kids can go in and learn, but No, it's actually more of military school, where you learn to kill and find the weaknesses on the human body there, and you got some weapons strung out ready to practice, even a practice dummy inside, although you can't really interact with it. You can't even interact with the practice dummy that we built over by the blacksmith shop. That's not implemented in yet. Alright, closing that up. And we got the Siege Engineer's Workshop. This is the one that I was looking forward to, but unfortunately, there's nothing we could do with it. I really wanted to build a trebuchet, but we're just going to have to wait on further updates, but I am looking forward to that because I will probably spend a good chunk of my time in here because this is what I really want to mess with. Catapults, trebuchets, anything of the like. Battering rams, yes, I definitely want to mess with that. And here we have the carpenter shop. Now here you can do sort of the same thing as you can with the workbench, which also kind of makes it pointless, but hey, you could get a lot done in there as well. It might improve the quality. I haven't tested that yet, but as you can see, there's still a few other items we need to build, like a chest, wardrobe, some other furniture items. Alright, assuming I don't crash this time, we now have the keep. Yes, the small keep. Yes, that is a small keep, not a large one. And I gotta say, it's pretty impressive, and it took a lot to build it. A lot of shaping granite and things like that. It was quite a bit. Oh, and a couple of wells also built. And for some reason, someone decided to put a bed out here. Don't know why yet. Now, I think Monte or somebody was mentioning to me that you can't put furniture in the keep just yet, so it's kind of pointless. I mean, not entirely. It looks great, but not only that, it's spacious. You can go up to the top and fire arrows from multiple locations. And but it will be nice to get some furniture in here, maybe put some useful items in here. And as you can see, there's even these little scout sections midway up the tower. So being the archer that I am, I will probably use my lovely composite bow that I built to fire on down in case anyone were to ever get through the walls, but that probably won't happen. We're pretty well prepared for just about anyone, at least for now. That is until the other village can get their stuff up. And I'll probably travel over there just to show you a little glimpse of them going. And now over there you can see we are actually building the castle walls. Oh yes, we are getting into the real architecture where all that stuff right there, all those gigantic walls you see in front of me require mortar. That is right, mortar. Mortar requires flux, and flux, I keep reminding you, takes forever to get. It is my struggle. That is right. I'm the herbalist, so I work on that. However, everyone's been helping me too. They've been putting in, trying to find herbs, and also a few people, Jahan, Monte, and a few others have been trying to find the flux properties so they can use all the spare ingredients I leave behind so they can make flux. So this is the top of the keep on the roof. Looks absolutely wonderful. And you get a nice lookout area, and let's see if I can hop up in some of these areas to get you a nice view of some of the things that we've been doing. Now, I know Jahan was building a road along the beach onward to some clay areas way over there. However, he's also been building a road through the forest to the mountain and also to the town by the lake. So yes, that is definitely a big project he's been working on along with these large walls over here that are in front of me, and that is a massive project. And that gate, not only do we need mortar, but we also need a lot of locks. So the amount of flux that we needed for the walls and the gate is somewhere around the vicinity of over 300 flux. And I don't have to tell you, that is a lot. I mean, it takes me a good hour just to get maybe 10 to 20. So it takes a lot. Oh, you know what? I don't know why I'm bothering to go down the stairs, because you can't really take fall damage in this game just yet, unless you happen to fall and land on an arrow. So you could just leap right off, fall on the next floor. I'm pretty sure they're going to implement falling damage eventually, but we'll get there at some point. As you can see, we've been building some small walls here. We got a big stone house that's going to be built there. And what is this going to be here? We got another windmill that we're going to be putting up. We'll see how that looks. So this place is definitely shaping up, and we've had a lot of people joining the server. Jahan's been running his live feed. I'll put a link below so you can check it. He's usually on there in the evenings playing this game, and he can definitely show you all the progress we've done, and not only that, direct you so you can join us yourselves. Every now and then he also has some game giveaways, yes, and he might be giving away copies of Life is Feudal. So don't miss out on that. So yes, here's the castle wall and gate we definitely want to build. And let me just give you an idea of how much is required. Oh my goodness. 200 of these boards, that actually was not big a deal. However, 1600 rock, that's a lot to carry. The 1600 shaped granite is quite a task because that granite is at the mountain. So we have to mine for it, then shape it, then deliver it out here. And that takes a lot of time. And Jahan's wife has been working really hard on that. Some of us have been helping her trying to transport some of that back. Now, we already have the mortar in here, but we still need more flux for the locks for those gates. Alright, now I'm going to cut forward to the other town. So, here we go. Okay, I took Jahan's road most of the way, but then I decided to just cut through here. And here we are to one of the other villages, and I believe we're calling this, what, the Loch Ness village, I believe? As in the Loch Ness monster, because it was near a swamp, I think? No, not this one. I think that was a different one. However, we are here regardless, near the lake, and these guys have done a pretty good job. They have a really good start. We helped them out a little bit with some metal and whatnot, but for the most part, they've been doing a crap ton of work putting this sucker together. So eventually we will have some rivals. So once we get some action going, some battles, I will definitely record those in the not too distant future. We just got to give these guys some time to build and get some weapons, armor, and their skills up, and then we'll also, get some more people in here as well. So if you want to join, you definitely want to join these guys so you can help their army grow. So yeah, definitely challenge us, because we're already ahead of them as far as number of people and our equipment. So you definitely want to come in and see what this game is all about. It is certainly feudal, that is for sure, because it is well, it's pretty much like virtual labor. And when you have all that work that you're putting into it, you definitely want to defend your town when it is attacked. So definitely stick with us, and I'll get another video to you as soon as we get the castle built and everything else. We still have a lot of stuff to build, so there will be more to show you. But I definitely want to get to the battles once we get to that point. So, with that said, y'all come back now, you hear? Bye!